looking at?
Your grandmother had remarkable green eyes.
Every Howard woman has had green eyes, except for my mother and me.
How well do you remember your mother?
Very well. I loved her very much. I can remember her face smiling down at me, and I can remember the sound of her voice and her scent. But mostly, I remember Nana, who raised me after my mother died.
That's beautiful.
It's a family heirloom. It's been in the Howard clan for generations. It's supposed to symbolize the enduring Howard spirit, wherever they may go, the shining light to guide them through their fortune. Nana always kept it lit. I remember sitting here, listening to ghost stories with only the candle burning.
You should take it with you.
I think I will.
Welcome, everyone, to Deep Space Pride, a gay Star Trek podcast. I am one of your hosts, Johnson, and with me, not in person, is Mike. Mike, how is it going today?
I am definitely not in person. We are doing this over Zoom today.
I know. It was nice to do it in person.
It was. I thought it, worked out really well.
And the 2 glasses of alcohol helped lubricate.
Yes.
Lubrication.
Yes. Your first remark on that podcast was I'm a little buzzed.
I was.
I know. Everybody knows that now.
Being buzzed is fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
How are things going?
It's going all right. It's Wednesday.
Oh yeah, happy Wednesday.
Yeah. Happy Wednesday. Actually, it's you know what it is?
It is Captain Picard Day.
It is Captain Picard Day.
I didn't know about Captain Picard Day, to be totally honest. Like, I didn't know it was a thing. And then I was like, and then people were saying, well, I mean, it was the Star Trek Instagram handle.
Yeah.
I was like, Captain Picard Day. And then I looked it up and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this. It's actually a thing.
Yes, when you sent me that message that something about parallels, I was like, that's a better season 7 episode to watch than Sub Rosa.
We don't have the context. We don't have the context. We
okay.
Talk about what happened today that resulted in that reference.
Right. So we watched.
Why don't we take a step back? So
You're right.
Because of Captain Picard Day, it was Captain Picard Day, and Paramount Plus needs to eventize things in order to attract viewers and subscribers. They decided to make a big deal out of Captain Picard Day and release a trailer. It's still kind of a teaser because it's short, but let's call it a trailer for Picard Season 2.
Yes.
And you were the one to, I was working, and then you were like, did you see it yet? I'm like, no, I'm working. I don't know.
Well, I didn't see it first. I mean, Bill Smith saw it and sent it to the group. And
Bill Smith, our executive producer, saw it first, and he sent it to the group. Even though I know you were looking out for it, I was kind of looking out for it too, but I was like, I don't have time for this shit, because I work, and I
work too.
And you know me, I'm like constantly in meetings. This is my life.
True.
Not as many meetings as I am. It's not that I'm better than you. It's just that I'm in meetings. Like,
no, I know.
I'm not busy not working. But yeah, and I thought it was good. But why don't we break it down a little bit? What did you think about it?
Yeah, I very Q style. I was actually hoping for Laris to show up when Picard was calling her because I love Laris.
She is in the trailer though.
She is at the end, yes. So and then you hear that voice and you're like, oh my gosh, and there he is. But Picard is
John
wearing.
definitely- his voice. He sounds exactly the same.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He does look older, but he doesn't look bad.
No, he doesn't. Not at all. No more wear for tear than Jean-Luc Picard. Patrick Stewart is. So
Patrick Stewart has aged dramatically.
you think so?
Yes. Oh my God. He's aged. I mean, he's 80.
He is
I mean,
80.
I don't want to live that long. He definitely looks more frail, like in my opinion. And his voice is definitely like less firm. Like it's a little bit like more raspy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not notice that, but okay.
Even Picard season 1, I thought, I feel that he's older. I mean, what do you what
He's yes, he is older, right? Yes.
He doesn't command as much energy. Like he just, it is what it is. But
it is.
John Dallas is a little bit younger than Patrick Stewart, but so on, obviously. But that being said, he's aged up. He has like white hair, white facial hair, obviously. But I thought he looked pretty good.
Yeah, he did. Even what he was wearing was kind of sharp. Actually, what both of them were wearing. That's what I was going to remark about.
Yeah, it was like this like faux leather like outfit kind of deal.
Yeah, and Picard was dressed all in black with a.
It was very like Section 31.
It was actually yeah.
31. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then we get to see Admiral Picard, which strikes me as very interesting. Like, when is this falling? This scene. Did
you notice all the flags? And
I saw the flags. I didn't notice what they were per se. Did you?
The only one that stood out to me was the Bajoran flag.
Oh, interesting.
So at least in this trailer / the setting, Bajor is officially part of the Federation.
Right. They didn't become part of the Federation at the end of season 7? No,
not officially. It was unresolved because they were going to, but then remember, I think it was season 6. I don't remember. I watched it so recently. Cisco was like, don't join the Federation. Now is not the time, because that was when the Dominion officially invaded. So they had to sign a non... I was like going to say non-compete.
I was going to say the same thing, and then I was like nope, that's not it.
It was like a non-aggression pact or something. It was something like that.
Yes, that sounds right.
Yeah, something similar to that. And Bajor never officially joined the Federation, DS9, and Ron Moore did that on purpose. He purposely, if you remember the documentary, I think this is mentioned, they purposely left it open-ended.
Oh, interesting. I have to rewatch that then. Well, I definitely need to, once I'm finished my Enterprise rewatch, I think
watch DS9.
I think I need to watch some DS9.
But yes, the Bajoran flag was one of the flags that you see at Starfleet headquarters.
That's cool. That's really cool. Good catch. Good eye.
Mm-hmm.
Nicely done.
You're welcome.
But I'm wondering what time frame that happens, and
I don't know. Well, it could be an alternate timeline,
right? Which is what the whole parallels thing, because everyone looks different. Obviously, I think the ending is most stark. Well, two things. Rios is wearing a Starfleet badge with a sort of like a sword hilt in the middle, I would say, like almost like an Excalibur type.
And the La Serena, his captain's chair also has the Starfleet emblem. I don't know if you caught that.
Oh, I did not. Look at this.
I don't know. I watched it twice. I just noticed these like random things.
You did pick up some great detail. I have to say that the, Fansets, who's one of our sponsors, is going to have a great time making that.
I know. It's like more Starfleet emblems.
Yeah. And so what do you think about the one that is in Seven's room? What was that a symbol of?
Isn't that what the Rangers? Isn't I thought.
Oh, is that the Rangers? Okay.
What's their This is
the Rangers. It is something Rangers. Yes.
Some research could have helped us prior
could
to
have, but we saw this a few hours ago. We worked and then we are podcasting, so it's not like we had days to like break it down and read everyone's thoughts on it. These are our raw, unedited, unknowledgeable thoughts. So I'm sure someone probably on the internet has already broken down every single frame of that.
It wasn't. This isn't actually. It's not the range. It's not the Fenris Rangers insignia. I'm looking at it up. I don't know what it is. It looks
So
familiar though. I don't know what.
it does look familiar. Yeah, I'm sure someone
Yeah.
smarter than us has figured it out. Or it could be something that is a combination of a couple of different things that but clearly she's missing the Borg implants as well,
Right.
which she touches her head and realizes it's gone. So that's really interesting. So hence the whole idea that this, and there's a some, what's the word I'm looking for? The voiceover. The voiceover says something about time.
Yes, time is broken.
Time is broken. So that brought us, so to bring us back to what we were talking about 10 minutes later, right? Then you made the comment, it could be a parallel season or whatever,
This is like, is it like the episode parallels, except it's a whole season of it?
Right, yes. And then I said, well, that would have been a much better episode than Sub Rosa to watch for season 7.
Yes.
There we go.
You brought it back.
We closed the circle.
Close the circle. Yes. I mean, I liked Parallels. That's one episode.
I enjoyed Parallels a lot. I should go back and watch it because I need to wash Sub Rosa out of my mind.
But I'm ignoring your Sub Rosa comment for the moment because we'll get to
Yes,
that.
I know you are.
So your initial reaction was lukewarm. Like you thought it was interesting, but then you were like, I hope this isn't the whole season.
Yeah, I hope the whole Q and maybe messing with the timelines is sort of like the middle part of the season. I would really like to see what happened to the crew after they leave.
But then
at the end of season 1.
The whole point is that it's serialized, though.
Sure, and then you ruined it by saying it's all serialized. But yes, I understand that. But I'm hoping that it is not entirely like an alternate timeline for the whole season. That we get some normal Picard timeline where these characters get to interact. We get to find out about Seven and Rafi. We get to see more of the rest of the crew, including Rios, and what happens to Girardi. I mean, there's so many things left, open from season 1, especially the whole idea that Picard is Picard, but Picard is also this golem, this human.
Well, I mean, I was reading, you probably read the same articles where they were like, there's actually some contradiction. Like there was one, I was reading, I think it was one interview with Michael Chabon or something, and he said that they weren't really going to dip back into the whole idea that Picard is a golem. I was like, really?
Oh, wow. Okay.
But then I read another interview that was like, what's a major thing that Picard's going to be dealing with this season? It's still the whole Borg thing. I'm like, is it? Like, I feel that we are past that now. I mean,
interesting.
I guess we can dip back into it, but I feel it's already been mined so much. Like, I don't know.
Well, it would be nice to know what has happened to the Borg 15 years later. I mean, we both read the Destiny trilogy, which was really good.
It was very good.
So, there was some comments out there at the time that are they going to kind of cover the same territory as Destiny did with the Borg? But yeah, there's a lot of questions from season 1 that are unanswered. And
I think that we'll still get that. I mean, it looks like based upon Seven's reaction to herself, even if she's in an altered timeline, she's like, something's wrong. This is not,
Yeah, right.
They may still be who they were in season 1, but they're all just stuck in an altered reality. So I think we still might get like what you're looking for in the interpersonal fields of things. But
okay, all right. Well, I hope so. I mean, I'll still enjoy it.
I don't know if it's gonna be like all like mirror universe. Then that would be like weird.
Oh gosh, if it's mirror universe.
No. I mean, I like my occasional mirror universe episode.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like the occasional Emperor Giorgio mirror universe? Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, I just don't want it to be all about these timelines and trouble. That's the only thing. I'm excited to see, I'm excited to see this crew again. We didn't see a number of people in the trailer, so there's, obviously in a minute a minute
I
trailer.
saw everyone.
No, we didn't.
Who didn't we see?
Rafi.
No, Rafi was in it for a second. She was running with Rios.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
See, I have to go back and slow.
They were running from like an explosion or something.
Okay.
It was very brief though.
Why can't I think of his name? I can only think of Evan Gora.
The Romulan. I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
I don't think he was in it.
No, he wasn't in it. So there's that. There was some weird woman in it, wasn't there? That besides Laris was at the end, but wasn't there someone else, or maybe it was Rafi that I'll have to watch it again. I actually don't even know. I may have only watched it once. I may have. I was busy enough that.
Wow! Look at you, so busy, so important.
Oh wow.
I watched it like 3 times.
Oh, see, you picked it apart. I did not.
It's only a minute, so I was able to.
Yeah, of course, yeah. No, I'm excited. Obviously, it's not coming back till 2022, which is 6 months from now. So,
very far away.
Yeah, but it's great to know. Like, we literally have 5 Star Trek series that are in active production right now, and that are coming out in the next year.
Yeah.
I mean, really, like, in 2 months from now, we'll be coming back. 2 months from now, we'll be coming back from Las Vegas. But Lower Decks will have premiered. And then after that, I can't imagine, I can't imagine that they're going to. I'm envisioning that they're going to start their 52 weeks of Trek at that point. I don't know if the numbers will all work out, but this idea, remember they were really big on 23 weeks of constant Star Trek. Now they have 5 series, all in active production, all wrapping.
Oh, Strange New Worlds, who knows when that's actually going to premiere. I feel like we've heard.
Well, so the news on them is that they are filming, I want to say, the 8th episode of the season currently. I saw the director posted the thing that they click for every scene or whatever. I don't know
what that's called.
I don't either. But she posted it. The director for episode 7.
The clapper.
Posted it. The clapper, sure.
I don't know.
So they are actively working on episode 8 right now of Strange New Worlds of 10. Okay. So that's great. There's been no official wrap on Discovery, so that's still filming as well.
Well, that is premiering this year, no matter what.
Yeah, although I have heard, or I read somewhere that it's not like I'm hearing these things from inside sources. I'm reading the internet. But each of the episodes are in various stages of, there have been some filming locks on some of the.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So their Discovery is proceeding along, and Picard is filming. Prodigy is still in the mix, and Lower Decks. So, I mean, I think that they are going to surprise us and launch, like, whatever, 36. No, it would be even more than that.
52, 40. I think might be a little aggressive, going from, 23 weeks of Star Trek. Maybe 30, like 30 something could be possible.
Well, so if they did it Discovery, right, like Lower Decks 10, Discovery 13, Picard 10, that's 33. We don't know how many Prodigy ones there are. Strange New Worlds is another 10, or did I already say that one? No, I didn't say that one. And then Picard. So Picard, Lower Decks, and Strange New Worlds is 30 alone, plus 13 for Discovery. That's 43, plus you add 10 for Prodigy, and there's your 53 weeks of Star Trek.
A lot. It's crazy.
That's so, if, maybe it's 51, if Prodigy is only 8 episodes, who knows? But
we'll see. We'll see what they can pull off.
Yeah.
Going back to Picard.
Yes.
I'm excited. I want to wash a taste of season 1 out of my mouth. I want
it more. It's not like you've been to the dentist and you're spitting out season 1 of Picard. It was not more.
I want more episodes that are up to the par of like Nepenthe or something.
Sure. I mean, clearly that is the pinnacle of that season.
Best episode of that season.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. And I don't want them to ruin Q. That's all I ask.
Ruin Q?
I don't want them to ruin the character Q.
Oh, well, he seems just as meddlesome as troublesome as.
It's on for like literally 2 seconds. Like we'll see.
Fine.
Let's see what they do with
Okay. All right.
So you also want to chat about the Prodigy reveal.
Yeah, I mean, they revealed the characters, so it's an interesting group of characters, a couple of knowns, a couple of unknowns, right? So there's a Bakar, which was the one we were talking about a lot because we are both fans of Peter David, and Peter David created the Bakar race for the Star Trek New Frontier,
which I never read. Because that was the whole idea was that's a new crew, right? A new ship or something.
Yeah, but Elizabeth Shelby was part of it. So I mean, it was it was actually a good series. I mean, the problem with it really came that it became longer and longer in between books, and when you're trying to build, literally that's a serialized book series basically. Mm-hmm. So it was definitely more it was harder to keep up. Right. And to remember where you were because you only had the books to kind of to do that. So that's part of the problem. So there's that character. Her name is Rock Tak, and she's 8 years old. So and she's played by a 10-year-old actress.
Yeah,
so that's pretty cool. There's Murph the Blob.
Murph.
He's apparently endearing and indestructible, which is interesting, and he apparently likes to eat starship parts. That's interesting. So another callback to the original series, right, is the Medusan Zero. So the Medusan is inside of this robot.
Yeah, that was definitely a callback.
Yeah, but he created that so he could interact with people
and not make them go crazy.
Exactly. The other one that we were also talking a lot about was the Tellarite, right?
Which does not look like Tellarite to me.
No, I agree. I thought, you know what, I really did enjoy how the Tellarites were portrayed in Discovery season 3. Or is it season 2? Season 2, right? Season 2.
Well, there were multiple seasons. I don't think they really made much of an appearance in season 3, but season 2, season 4.
Season 2, it was definitely season 2. Because they went to anyway. But I thought they did a really great job with the makeup and the creation of those characters, which we'd never really seen since the original series. So then there's Dal, a purple alien who they have race is not yet known. All right, and then we have Gwyn, which is a member of a new race called the Nakatat. I don't know. Something like that. So, and they're using she pronouns for that character. So, these are interesting characters, along with Admiral Janeway or Captain Janeway. Sorry, Captain Janeway. Emergency training hologram. So it should be interesting. So I think, as they're releasing more and more about this, I would say that maybe we're getting closer and closer to a release for them.
And the animation, because they also showcased some stills, it looks good.
It does. It looks really good.
Yeah, we'll see how it looks in action, but at least it looks really cool in the stills.
Yeah, I'm curious because the first one they show is Dal looking out into space aboard a starship, and the bridge. It looks really cool if that's the bridge of the ship that they're going to be on. But who knows?
Well, some of these stills, and we'll have to see what it looks like again in action. But they almost have like this claymation quality to them in terms of texture. But we'll see.
But also high res. These are high res.
Yeah,
it looks really nice.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what that that when that hopefully though we'll have more news about them. But I thought it was interesting that they suddenly released
Mm-hmm.
the characters and cast of this show,
Yeah.
which none of the cast are really. I mean, I guess the one, a couple of them look sort of familiar, but a lot of them are new. New to
Yeah, I don't know any of them other than Kate Mulgrew. So
yeah. Actually, one of them, the Murph who plays Murph, is actually the voice of Captain Rex from, which is basically he did the voice of all of the clone troopers.
oh, okay.
So yeah, so that's exciting. So we've gotten some Star Trek news.
Yes, in drips and drabs, but I'll take it.
I mean, 2 stories, 2 big things in 1 week. That's a lot.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. So very
Cool. So that does it for Star Trek news. It is still Pride Month. It is still June. So, Mike, I know that you came up with a Pride prompt for us to chat about today.
I understand, Mr. Spock. The glory of creation is in its infinite diversity.
And the ways our differences combine to create meaning and beauty.
I did. And this week I decided to take it in a slightly different direction. It's sort of kind of choose your own crew, but in this case it would be slightly different. So one of the themes of what I would say, not themes, but challenges and beautiful parts of our life as an LGBTQ community is that oftentimes because of our experiences in coming out and growing into who we want to become, we have to leave behind family sometimes, friends that you may have known or other, extended family that you've grown up with in order to build our own chosen family. And so the idea of a chosen family is something that I think almost every LGBTQ person can identify with and is an active creation of throughout their life. So this prompt is all about creating a chosen family of Star Trek characters.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, which characters from Star Trek would you choose as members of your chosen family? And so I thought this was a good way to look at it. And also, I mean, obviously, as you explain which characters they are, there's obviously a quality or something that makes them part of your chosen family. So that is this week's question.
Why don't you go first? Because you gave me this question last night, but I haven't had time to think about it. I mean, I have some ideas, but I feel you have a better idea. So why don't you go first, and I'll go second.
Yeah. So we said to limit it to 3 to 4 people, and so where do I want to start? I guess I'll start with the first, the one that's probably the biggest surprise. So looking back at Star Trek, the original series, which is what I was first exposed to as a young boy, I think that Uhura would be a great member of my chosen family.
Okay.
I think that her compassion and her kindness and just her musical ability, but just she can
open hailing frequencies. She can do.
Well, I'm looking beyond what I'm looking beyond what we saw a great deal of, or she is. I'm also thinking of the Star Trek 2/3 Uhura. Certainly the Star Trek 3, where she's putting Mr. Adventure into the closet with a alien. So she's a strong woman who takes command of the situation. Mm-hmm. I think that Nichelle Nichols, I have a wonderful memory of meeting Nichelle Nichols at Comic-Con here in New York. a few years back. She signed an autograph for me, and I got my picture taken with her. And so there's just this connection, but I think
oh my God, is that going to be like all of Vegas? Me waiting in line with you for your photos to be taken?
No, I haven't actually really thought about that yet. There, I don't know.
I'll wait for you in the hotel room.
Okay, fine. It's fine. I'm going there to meet other fans, really. I'm not going there to necessarily meet the actors. And, I think there's going to be a lot of COVID protocols in place and things like that. And so, I don't know who I really like. I may treat myself to one picture or one autograph, but that'll be it. 2 maximum, but that is really
you'll treat yourself.
Yes, I will absolutely. Wilson Cruz is not going to be there, so that is a slight bummer, but because that would probably be one of them. But anyway, so Uhura is my first choice. My second choice comes from Next Generation, and I would say that I would want Riker as part of my chosen family.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Now, I thought about this. If I were 14 years old again when Next Generation came out, I would have chosen Wesley. But given that I am older now and wiser, and more experienced in life, I would say that I would want Riker to be part of my chosen family for a number of reasons. I mean, I think that the most recent 2 series, seeing him as this fatherly figure in Nepenthe certainly is one of them, and also coming to, putting the uniform back on and coming to Picard's rescue in the finale, but also going back into the Lower Decks time frame and seeing him on the Titan, just having fun with being in command and his little humor and quips. I don't know. I think I would really like to have him be part of my chosen family.
Okay.
So that's 2. My third one comes from Deep Space Nine.
Okay.
And it would be Jadzia Dax.
Okay. You love Jadzia.
I do love Jadzia. I do love Terry Farrell. Maybe if she's there, maybe that'll be one of the people that I would love to get a picture with.
I think she is going to be there.
Yeah. I think that I loved her from the very first time that we saw her on Emissary, and I think it was twofold. Like, 1, she's beautiful, but 2, just the way that she and Sisko interact from the beginning. Old man, and like she always looked wise beyond her years, and but she had a great sense of humor. But I love that wisdom aspect. She's had hundreds of years of life from the Dax symbiote, so all that wisdom I think would be great to have as part of my family.
Okay.
So that's 3, and the final one is actually from Discovery, and it would be Wilson Cruz's character, Dr. Culber.
Okay.
And the reason why I chose him is just the way he and Stamets interact. Like, he just keeps Stamets in check, but he also knows that he can't make him do anything. He's not in control of Stamets, but he's super supportive. Also, if we look to this last season, right? So everything that he's been through, even to the end, staying with Stamets on Discovery at the end of season 2 to season 3, taking care of the crew. And then towards the end of the season, actually saying to Gray, we're going to figure this out and get you seen. So he's the only one that, aside from Adira and Saru, they're the only ones that have seen him. So seen them. And in a recent article, I think it was Michelle Paradise said that part of season 4 is helping Gray be seen. And thinking about that from just a trans visibility standpoint, as you know, as well as an LGBTQ standpoint of being seen as who you are. I think that that's amazing and a great theme to bring out, and I'm excited to see how they do that. So, you know, Hugh Culber is the final member of my crew, my chosen family. So those are the 4 that I chose, and a little bit about why each one of them would be part of my family. Now that you've had some time, and now I've given you even more time as I've explained my chosen family, Johnson, who would you choose? Which Star Trek characters would you choose to be part of your chosen family?
So I literally wrote down the folks that I would want to be part of my chosen family, and I just realized literally now as I started talking that 2 out of the 3 are basically the characters I talked about last time, the ones I relate to the most.
The most, yeah.
So Data, I would want him to be part of my chosen family because I think we're very alike, and he's so logical. I would need that as any member of my family. I would need someone logical. I would need someone smart. He knows stuff, his encyclopedia of knowledge, and he always gets the crew out of tight spots. He's so useful. So definitely Data. And then, yeah, Tilly for sure. I think she would just be fun to have around. I think we would be best buddies. And she's really smart too. And we can like always have like an awkward laugh together. I think that would be great. And then Dr. Bashir would be my last one because I want someone in my family that is, you know, genetically modified to be really smart. He's also a doctor, so he's useful. I thought about Culber, but I was like, Culber is he's too gushy for me. He's too sensitive. Like he has too much heart. Like I can't deal with that. So,
you picked Tilly. Tilly has got the heart of the other.
Okay, you know what? Tilly has this like awkwardness about her that I just think is just so fun. Culber's a little too serious. Like he's like, yeah, the ship psychiatrist in season 3, right? I'm like, I don't need someone to be like this all the time. He's too serious. He's too emotional. Like Tilly, yes, she definitely is. She definitely has a feeling side. She's very empathetic, but she also knows how to like have a laugh. And she, you know, she puts her foot in her mouth, and then you laugh at her, and then she can laugh at herself. You know, like Dr. Culber is not. He's very serious. I couldn't be, you know, I don't need someone like that.
I like his sarcasm though, and his straightforwardness, and his like putting Paul in place, but also like
I already have Data. Like he can like
he's always like the hugger of the family.
Data can like be very straightforward with me. I don't need someone else like that.
Do you have anybody else? So that's 3. That's it.
I don't need a big family.
All right.
Yeah. So that's it. That would be my chosen family. I feel there's something missing, but I don't know what it is. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think it's fine.
Well, if any of our listeners know what Johnson is missing, or if you would like to share what your chosen Star Trek family would be like, you can email us at deepspacepride@gmail.com, or you can send us a DM on Instagram or Twitter at deepspacepride.
That is correct. You can reach out and we will listen to your messages, and you may or may not get a response. There we go.
We're pretty good at responding.
You're the one that's good at responding. I usually ignore people, but you know, I think that
you're significantly more busy than I am.
We balance each other out.
We do. Yeah.
You respond and I don't. So there we go.
Well, I mean, you did take care of the contest winners, so I'll give you that.
I did.
You did reach out to all of them. You even responded to one who said Howard, who received his, and you responded. I went in to respond, and I
put the onus or responsibility of myself to pick the winners. We even discussed this. So if I said that I would do it, I would definitely do it. Obviously. Well,
he said he got it, and you responded. So that was great.
Great.
Awesome.
Good job.
There we go.
So we will have to think of next week's Pride prompt. I'm like, how many more weeks of Pride are there? And how many more questions do I need to answer? Oh my God.
One more. There's one more week. Next week will be the last week. And
Wait,
then
no. The last day of Pride is the 30th, which is a Wednesday.
Oh, you're right. We have 2 more to go.
June's very long.
June, it's not. May
30
was
days
even
or-
longer. Was a day longer. Anyway, all right. So we have 2 more to go. That one I literally came up with last night, and so
That's good. Good job.
yeah, so we'll figure out another 2 more for the weeks ahead. But why don't we move on?
Great. So we can get into our underappreciated Next Generation episode and our last underappreciated Next Generation episode of our series. And we picked Sub Rosa, which again,
I don't know if there's a we here.
I picked Sub Rosa. Well, actually, I guess that was really the whole point of this whole series, or it was one of the catalysts of the series because I watched Sub Rosa, I talked about it, and I don't even remember how from that we came to, let's talk about the underappreciated episodes of the Next Generation. But here we are.
You dreamt you were in bed with someone?
Not exactly. I was in bed, but there wasn't another person in my dream. It was more like a presence.
You said you felt a touch.
A pair of hands. They were moving across my skin.
Like a caress?
Yes. And there was a voice, a man. He whispered my name. It was as if I knew him, or more like he knew me. He knew exactly how I liked to be touched. It was the most physical dream I've ever had. The sensations were very real and extremely arousing.
Frankly, I'm envious.
We are here. So, Mike, I don't know. Do you have the summary pulled up so
Yeah, I
our
do.
listeners
Yep.
can hear what this episode was about?
So it's episode 14 of season 7, and Dr. Crusher meets a man from her deceased grandmother's past when she tries to put her affairs in order. Wow, that's very basic.
It is very basic. So, Mike, I know you have thoughts and feelings about this episode. Why don't you share them with our listeners?
I did not appreciate this episode. This is not underappreciated. I'm just going to get this out there right off the bat.
Sure.
Out of these 7 seasons, I have watched every single one of the episodes we've chosen at least twice until this one.
Okay.
I watched this one yesterday, rewatched it. I've seen it before, obviously.
Of course.
And when I first watched this when it came out, I'm sure I had the same reaction that this is not underappreciated at all. There is no appreciation for this. And if you are watching this episode just to see Beverly Crusher have an orgasm in front of Picard, basically.
I know. She should have locked the door at least. At least lock the door.
Yeah, exactly. It's sort of like your mom walking in on you masturbating or something like that. That's exactly what this is like. Only for me, it's disturbing because this is my mom. This would be like me walking in on my mom, on my space mom, having an orgasm. So, this for me just is a boring episode, like a ghost story / haunting / alien abduction. And it's not even Halloween.
We're talking about Sub Rosa.
No, I mean, not abductions, but sort of like control and just how quickly it escalates and like, it's, interestingly enough, as a slight comparison, this is not dissimilar from Enterprise Season 2's The Crossing, where these non-corporeal life forms take over the bodies of the Enterprise crew.
Oh yeah.
So it's sort of similar to
little
that.
bit.
Yeah, it's sort of like that. But the the way that this escalates so quickly, it's just, it's not believable. I mean, I understand that you get this there's just so many things here. One, there's sort of like
Unpack it.
there's sort of like this drug addiction, right? This
Uh-huh.
sudden change of behavior, like super sudden change of behavior.
But I think that we're given the idea that there is some sort of physiological effect on Beverly, like this possession, right? So
Yeah, it's a possession.
I think there is analogy to some sort of like drug addiction, but it's not normal behavior. Like she literally, like there's actually like a physiological effect to what's happening to her.
Yeah, absolutely. It changes her. Obviously, one of the things that I thought was really cool was the interesting part. Like she said at the beginning, towards the beginning of the episode, all of the Howard women have green eyes except my mother and I. I thought that was interesting how it picked up on later on when her eyes changed.
Yeah.
And Picard tells her, "I like your old eyes,"
Right.
So I thought that was sweet. I thought Picard was a little stiff in this, and I thought Deanna was sort of.
Deanna was like, "Ooh, I'm jealous." What?
Yeah, Deanna was jealous, but also, when things started to happen, Deanna was like, kind of like, not super excited about this, and excited in a way that be like, you got to go save her. Like, there's something wrong here. Like she. Deanna didn't believe that this was a possession or odd at all. It was just like she's in love. And so that was kind of jarring, like uncharacteristic, I felt, of Deanna. Those are it just kind of followed a predictable path too. I mean, you knew that once you figured out, or once they killed the old guy who warned her, you knew that then the candle was a thing that he lived in, and attacking Geordi. It was just all so predictable, and just like like the storm that suddenly rose up over the planet, like that sucker was huge. That's like a typhoon times 10 on.
Well, it's because he was affecting the weather system.
Yeah, it was just crazy. Like,
it wasn't him directly causing it. It was like him like messing with the weather control system.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just it really fell flat for me. I mean, it really was just
So I love Sub Rosa.
I think everyone in the known universe knows that you love this episode. I love
Sub Rosa, and it's not like the best Star Trek. I'm not saying it's like
it is definitely not the best Star Trek
by any means, by
any normal standard,
by any stretch of the imagination. It is definitely not like top 50, top 100 of TNG. But I think I really like Sub Rosa because first of all, I like Dr. Crusher, right? Like Dr. Crusher is one of my favorite characters.
Correct.
On TNG. So any episode that features her, I'm like automatically biased for, because I'm biased because I'm like, ooh, Dr. Crusher, we don't see enough of her. And
I will say, you know what I do want to say? I will say in defense of this that Gates McFadden did an amazing job acting in this.
She did.
So that it was very believable. I never felt like it was faked. Like, she really embodied the part and this experience, and I totally believed it from that kind of character perspective. So kudos to her acting on this episode. I just think the story sucks.
Yes, I think that Gates McFadden literally threw herself into her character, and she's like writhing about, having an orgasm, having multiple orgasms, maybe. I'm like, where's this candle? Can I get one? Where
do they sell them? Can I find this on Amazon?
I wouldn't mind Ronan being all over my body. Like, there's just something about this. And we don't get to see Dr. Crusher like have a lot of love interests. We get Odon, who is a Joe symbiote. We get John Doe, if you remember, in Transfigurations a little bit. They didn't really have like a romantic thing, but there was a little bit of something going on in season 3. And then this. Oh yeah, I was thinking so the Odon episode because she had a brief tryst with Riker, but that's because the symbiote was in Riker. I was like, was that a different episode? No.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yep.
So we don't get to see Dr. Crusher get a lot of action, so I'll take what I can get. I thought that was great. I do think, and the thing I do really like about this episode, and I think how successfully it pulls it off is questionable, is that this is a great example of Star Trek just trying something different. This is by all definitions, this is a gothic horror episode. It's literally gothic horror. You have love, you have death, you have a haunted house. You literally have Scotland on a random planet. Like it was
this is
so
Jane Eyre in space. This is
very yes. It was basically like heavily influenced by gothic horror novels. It was a little bit of Jane Eyre, turn of the screw, kind of like Hill Housey. Like there's all these like elements in this, and yes, Scotland in space. Which is very odd. I was like, sure. And then even when they were at the funeral, everyone was like, amen. I was like, so what's happening right now? So is this like a religious ceremony? Is it just like, they're just being traditional?
Yep.
I had a lot of questions around even the funeral ceremony. I was like, are you a priest? What's going on? Yeah, it was just like them trying something different, which I just don't think we get that it's harder to get that now. Like I'm glad we can get like new things like Lower Decks, right? Like that's like that's different, but when you have 170 episodes, you can try a comedy episode, you can try a horror episode, Mystery of the Week. You can just try these different things that I just think that we can't get quite as often now. So I appreciate just how different it is in terms of the narrative, the themes, but still trying to fit it into the Star Trek universe. I don't know. I was just amused by the effort. I applaud them for trying something different. And I liked it because it was just so outside the norm. It was like so over the top and ridiculous. It was totally campy. It was not the best story. But it was still, I don't know. I really liked it. So I give this episode like stars just for that. Just for the fact that they tried something so out of the norm.
Okay. I mean, that's totally fine. Everyone's favorite Star Trek is someone else's least favorite Star Trek. So we're not here to judge. And this
is not my favorite by any means. I just think that it's just interesting, and if you go into it just having either like no expectations or just expecting something like campy, I think it's actually okay. If you know what you're in for, you might be actually pleasantly surprised. If you're going expecting like, high quality TNG storytelling, you may not be getting what you want. But I think that, if you go in with the right set of expectations, you might like it.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I think that this episode sort of, derails our whole.
I want my candle outfit for SCLV.
Oh, great. Oh, good. Well, that's good.
Yes, I want to dress up as this candle / lantern.
I feel a little just in, looking at our whole arc here of underappreciated episodes, and we land on this one where we strongly disagree about how good of an episode this is, which is not on normal for us. That's very run of the mill for us. We disagree on episodes all the time. I think that the tough part about this one is that we do not agree that this is an underappreciated episode.
Well, again, I don't know if we necessarily
didn't necessarily define that, but I also
define-
feel like this is a like sort of a little bit of a letdown for the series of episodes that we've watched where we've they that have been sort of in that second or third tier of like 20 top 25 to 50 episodes of TNG, and here we decided to go to number 103, Sub Rosa, which is definitely not an underappreciated episode, although you did appreciate it, and I would have never pegged you for
it. I did.
I never would have pegged you for a gothic romance type person.
Yeah, I went through a phase where I was totally I'm into horror, so into horror novels. I'm not really into horror like movies, but I'm actually I have a knack for loving horror novels. It's like, I don't know, something about horror novels. I think this can be a separate podcast, but something about being able to write a novel and have it be scary takes skill. Like that takes good skill. So I'm actually, like I love Stephen King. He's not gothic by any means, but I love Stephen King. One of my favorite.
He is the master. I mean, if you had to pick any one person who writes horror.
Why
am I having a hard time saying that? I don't know.
You're like having an aneurysm today.
Maybe. He's the one that everyone looks to. He's so prolific and does it so well, and has had so many books turned into movies. Some of them good, some of them not good, but I think he's definitely a great example of that genre.
Yeah, I'm into horror novels. I'm into horror manga.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
I did not know that there was such a thing.
Yeah, there's horror manga. I can go on and on about how horror is interesting as a genre. This is like definitely inspired. This is not scary, but it's definitely gothic in style and execution. This
is more Jane Eyre, like Wuthering Heights, that sort of genre of
there's
Victorian.
Like a mystery. There's a mystery.
Yeah.
There's like cemetery is usually a cemetery is very popular. Like you're having that kind of setting.
Yep.
Old house. There's I just appreciate the effort.
No, I mean, I will say that the sets were really well done for this. Well, I would say that the set for the house was really well done.
Good. The cemetery was kind of like
the cemetery was like on a lot, you could tell like that piece of it. Nowadays I think that they would actually go to a cemetery and like do it right, but back then it was do it on the back lot on where we did alien landscapes and whatnot. So so for me this is sort of a disappointing end to the underappreciated episodes of TNG.
We'll tell you what, you can pick. So surprise to our listeners, it's surprise non surprise, Mike and I didn't quite know what we were going to do next, now that we've wrapped up this series, and we decided to continue the streak of watching underappreciated episodes, and we are going to dip into Deep Space Nine, and we're going to do
excited about this. Yes,
you're a little more excited about this than watching Sub Rosa.
I'm significantly
more excited.
I actually may have to watch Parallels or another episode or Dex from season 7 just to wash Sub Rosa out of my mind. But
there's also Genesis, which I don't know is underappreciated.
Oh, I don't know. I was looking through it. So I know that we talked about doing an underappreciated, and I'm glad of DS9 or our favorites, because we both love DS9. So it's going to be really hard to find an episode that's underappreciated. And we haven't really talked about season 1, which episode to do yet. But I was also almost going to say, like, I want an audible here. I want to call a second underappreciated episode for season 7. Wrap that up differently, but I think I'll just watch it on my own.
Well, we can talk about what you Star Trek in our next episode, and you can talk about parallels.
Well, yes, and my
next.
Enterprise season 2 is continuing. But anyway, so yes, we have not picked yet the episode from Deep Space Nine from season 1 that we're going to watch. I'm looking, as you were talking about your gothic love fantasies, I was looking through the season 1 of Deep Space Nine, and I was like, how the hell am I going to pick one of these episodes? I mean, there are so many good ones here. So I think we'll have to take that conversation.
It's probably easier to find an underappreciated episode in season 1 and 2, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we're gonna.
I mean, there's the board game one, Move Along Home. That was season 1 or season 2?
That was season 1. Yeah, that's on there. I mean, there's Battle Lines with Kaiopaka.
I love
there's the Nagus
and Kai Wynn.
There are just a lot of good episodes. So we'll have to talk about it offline, but that's what we're going to do next week. So we're going to jump into some underappreciated or / our favorites. our less popular, but still favorites of Deep Space Nine. And I'm super excited because I've not watched Deep Space Nine. In all of this time, through all of this pandemic, I did not go back and watch Deep Space Nine.
Why not?
I don't know. One, I didn't. There was enough TV, and I don't watch a ton of TV. But, anyway. So this will definitely, This will definitely compete with my Enterprise rewatch. So this will be interesting. But I'm excited to dive in.
You're totally gonna get sucked in. You'll watch one episode and you're just gonna keep on going.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I love these characters. This is my favorite series. Even though we're Next Generation guys, this is for me bringing in the spiritual aspect of this, the spiritual aspect of life into a Star Trek series in this way is just elevated it up with some great characters, a new location, not Starship based, obviously, and just a different tone, a whole different tonal shift after, the original series and Next Generation, and now doing this. So it's just, and the stories and the way that this is actually the first serialized Star Trek series, really. But I'm super excited about it. Can't wait to talk more about this starting next week.
So do you want to be the one to pick the season 1 episode we watch?
Well, I think we'll do it together because I think you've all I'm looking at is the descriptions of the episodes, and I could easily pick one based on that and the thumbnail, but
in the thumbnail, all right.
Well, thumbnail pick, of whatever it is. So we'll talk about it, and we'll be sharing that on our next episode.
Well, looking forward to it. I'm excited.
Me too.
Can't wait. So cool. I think that about does it for this episode. Mike, do you want to talk? Do you want to talk a little bit about our sponsor?
Yeah, we want to give a huge shout out to Fansets, being our presenting sponsor of Deep Space Nine and the Trek Geeks Podcast Network. And Fansets has released some are pre-orders, some are regular orders, but they are doing some awesome work with these new deltas. There is the All Good Things full-size Delta Magnet one that's out. They've done the Enterprise Command full-size Delta from Discovery Season 2 and Strange New Worlds Season 1. And they just released a... this one is not magnetic yet, but they are going to do a magnetic version of the Section 31 Delta full size from Star Trek Discovery Season 1. I don't think we ever saw it after that, but super excited about that. Certainly this one looks great, but I'm sure the magnetic one will also be great when they release that. So all of these are out there. Plus, they snuck out. I didn't see this until now. They snuck out a book micro pin. So Cleveland Booker little micro crew pin as well. So there's all of that. Plus, there are the anniversary pins that I've already talked about in prior episodes. You can check all of that out at fansets.com. And if you put more than $30 worth of pins into your basket, you're going to get free shipping in the US. And if you use
free shipping.
Yeah, and if you use the code DS Pride, all capital letters, DS Pride, as a promo code, you will get 10% off your order. So that's a great deal. And we love Fansets, and I'm actually really excited to meet the guys again in Las Vegas in a little less than 60 days. So that is exciting as well. But we think
it's coming up. It is soon.
Yeah, it is. It is coming up. So is Hawaii. There's 28 days until I go to Hawaii. So,
that's right. You have a lot of trips coming up.
It is the summer of trips. So, but we thank Fansets for being our sponsor of Deep Space Pride and the Trek Geeks Podcast Network.
Thanks, Fansets. Cool. Yeah, and that is our episode. Mike already mentioned it earlier, but if you want to reach out to us or complain about how we should have picked a better season 7 episode of The Next Generation, we would love to hear from you. You can email us at deepspacepride@gmail.com, or you can reach us through DM or a comment on Twitter and Instagram at Deep Space Pride. Cool.
There we go.
That's it. Yeah,
that's it.
There we go. Awesome. Well, Mike, I will be talking to you about what episode we're going to be watching. I did in Deep Space Nine Season 1. Very excited.
Yeah.
And it will be a surprise to our listeners because we don't know what it is yet.
There we go. But we will see everybody next week, and thanks for listening.
Bye, everyone.
Deep Space Pride is a production of Coconut Media Works. Executive producers Bill Smith and Dan Davidson. For more great Star Trek discussion, discover the other shows of the Trek Geeks Podcast Network at trekgeeks.com or find us in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app.